A stranded on an island movie with a twist? Will this be the time of your life or a total waste of it? Let's take our time to find out with Brito time. Send Help is the return of Sam Raimi to the horror comedy subgenre, a very unique filmmaker who's made very unique films in the past. And it's been a while, Sam, where you been? And if you watch the trailers of Send Help, it seems very similar to other Stranded on Island movies, which is why I was very disappointed by the trailers. But once I've seen the film, it definitely is very different in one aspect, and is that most Stranded on Island movies is about the main characters confronting a situation. Here is about these characters in this situation confronting each other.
Let's not forget, I'm your boss. You work for me.
We're not in the office anymore, Bradley.
In this case, is a boss who is an asshole, and Rachel McAdams' main character is the employee who's just trying to be nice with everyone, and she's not introverted, but she's kind of like weird. She actually loves to watch a show about surviving and stuff, and she has learned a lot. It's a lot of fun when she is on the upper hand of things, and he's like, please, I need help, I don't know anything about this, and she does. That's how these characters start in this situation. What Raimi does so well with a lot of his films is making them very human. This is a very character-driven movie. Yeah, there's jump scares. Yeah, there's disgusting things happening in this movie, and there's comedy and all that shit that it's very funny, but it never sidesteps from the characters. And that's very special about this movie. And these two characters could have gone to a very cheesy and very exaggerated way, and it does. And it does, it definitely does. If you have seen the Spider-Man trilogy, you know that he loves to have very dorky characters, which is exactly what Rachel McAdams' character is. But there's always that level of humanity, which is why you care about the things that happen to these characters. Even Dylan O'Brien's character, who is the asshole boss, because this guy is genuinely garbage. This is a garbage of a human being, but it feels like a real person, and that is very difficult. You need a performance that works, because he's very funny in the movie, but you still have to make it very human. And it does. It does work. And Sam Raimi behind the camera and the writers have done an incredible job with this character. But even a more incredible job to Rachel McAdams' character, who stole the entire movie. She is incredible. There's definitely an aspect to this movie that is trying to create a discussion when it's about our physical appearance. Because there's this thing that people like to say that it's not about the outside but the inside and shit, you know? Your physical appearance doesn't define you. But this movie does explore that definitely, because Rachel McAdams' character, when she starts in the movie, she doesn't look that good. And it's Rachel McAdams, but she's not like beautiful Rachel McAdams. Once she's in this situation, which she loves to do, her appearance changes drastically. She becomes even more beautiful. But then she does other stuff which I'm not going to say anything about, that is kind of dark, and her appearance turns completely sideways. There's something interesting that this movie is trying to discuss about our physical appearance and what our physical appearance says about us, or about how we feel in our life. And I think those type of things in this movie is why you should go and watch it, and why you will have a lot of fun in the theater. Because no matter who you are, you can easily connect with these characters, at least Rachel McAdams in some ways, and in Dylan O'Brien's in some ways. Even though he's an asshole and he's presented as an asshole, you connect with these characters. And that's the beauty about Raimi movies. Even though, for about 20 minutes, or at least it felt like that, it felt like the tension is off from this movie. Because, yeah, the characters, like, they have so much between them for things in the past, or things that happened in the first act, that you are in it. You are like, man, Rachel McAdams is so pro in this, and he's so useless. But there's 20 minutes, for about 20 minutes in the movie, that definitely the tension just, it's not the same. Because the conflict of these two characters is extremely interesting, and is the heart and soul of this movie, and why this movie is so unique. That whenever it goes to other places where they are calm between each other, and it takes a long time for it to get back to that horse where everything is going chaotic, that's when the film is not as entertaining as the rest of it. The rest of it I adore. The biggest film that I can clearly compare this movie to, there's a movie starring Amanda Bynes called Love Wrecked, and there are some similarities to that film. If you have seen it and you watch Send Help, you know what I'm talking about. Also, Rachel McAdams is so good in this movie that I cannot believe that she was the complete opposite in other movie, that being Mean Girls. Regina George, the most famous movie bully of all time, and now she's playing a dork, and she plays it extremely well. There's clearly a nod to Mean Girls. The final song of this film, it's not an accident. If you want to be entertained, this is the film for you. This is definitely a film that I think anyone who's looking for entertainment outside your home and go to the theater and watch it with a lot of people, laugh with those people, say ew when things happen, this is that film. Watch Send Help without a doubt. It's not a masterpiece, it's not a film that will be the movie of 2026, but you will remember the night that you gather all your friends or family and you had the time of your life watching this film. I'm gonna give Send Help an 8 out of 10. Guys, by the way, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of fun stuff here, more than movie reviews or recommendations. There's a game that I'm playing right now through an entire year called Hit by the Flop, about punishments, challenges. If I get wrong some things that I predicted for 2026, when it's about the big movies like Avengers Doomsday, Dune, and like the next one coming up is Scream 7 in February 27. And I bet against this film when it's about the Rotten Tomato score and the domestic box office. I think it will be a failure in both things, and I'm betting on it. And if I fail, I will have to ear pierce my ear. That's how entertaining this game is. So watch that video, please, and give it a like if you love this type of content. And as always, thank you for watching and take care of your time.